Good day, another video and another glorious magazine to look through. This is CosmoGirl, the little sister of Cosmopolitan. It launched in 1999 and ran until 2008. So actually it didn't run for very long. It moved online and then merged with another magazine called 17. As the name suggests, it was a teen spin-off to the magazine Cosmopolitan, and it was a US magazine that got imported into the UK, which is how I got hold of it. It was £3.50 back in the year 2000. So by today's standards, that's like £75. But it had so much in it. It was basically how you learnt about being a teen before the internet came along. This is going to be a real nostalgia trip for any woman who was a teen during the early noughties. Let's dive in. Here it is then in all its glory, CosmoGirl, with Britney Spears on the cover there. At the time of recording, she has just been charged for driving under the influence. So we just hope she gets all the support she needs because we love Britney. Here's an advert from L'Oreal. This is advertising the new Ferrier Colour Strands Quick Shimmer Highlights. I bought this hair dye based on this advert. Look, it's got a little brush with it that you can use to put highlights in your hair. Didn't work at all. Absolutely didn't work at all. Absolutely crazy. But this was the very first hair dye I ever tried. Magazine doesn't even start until page 24 when you've got the introduction from the editor. It's just adverts before that. This is another advert featuring Britney Spears for the Polaroid iZone, an instant pocket camera. I also bought this based off this advert, but essentially it was little mini Polaroids that would print out. I think they're about life size based on that magazine image there, and they were stickers, so you could just stick them anywhere around the house, on your notebooks, on your bags, whatever you wanted. This competition though is what caught my eye. If you look on the left there, it's here's your chance to meet Britney. Tell us where you'll stick your iZone picture of Britney. Mail us a written description of where you'd stick a mini photo of Britney Spears and you'll be entered to win a trip to see and meet her. You like to think if this advert is just in a teen girls magazine, you got some very innocent suggestions, but I'm sure they got some pretty nasty suggestions as well. Here's a little mini profile called CosmoGirl Rising Star, and this time it's showing Kate Bosworth, who was only 17 years old at this time. She'd go on to have a decent career. I need you to see who wrote this article though. Yes, you are reading that right. Yes, that is a first name that starts with a J and a last name that starts with an E. It cannot be, but I am not Googling it, and neither are you. So either it's a typo or another journalist has got exactly the same name. Some incredible Blink 182 stickers there. I'm not a fan, I'm more of a pop girl. But they were huge in the early noughties, especially in America. Let me show you a page they call the Boyometer. These teens are rating him quite brutally too. It's basically early Tinder. He got an average rating of he's hot, which is the two flames you can see there. The top girl, who's only 13, says he reminds me of a Backstreet Boy, yay. But then Becca, 17 in Oakland, said turn off his clothes. He's trying to be a Backstreet Boy. So that's mixed signals, isn't it? If you look at his little mini bio there, Jamie, he's an Aries, he's 5'10". His weight is on there, which isn't really appropriate. How he got his bod, I try to work out a few times a week. His typical date is dinner and a walk on the beach. I mean, oh my God, where do these people live? You're not getting that in Watford, are you? So these pages were essentially advice for teenage girls, from anything from how you look to love and relationships to fashion, whatever the problem is. And this one caught my eye. And this is David Coleman, CosmoGirl's kissing coach, who fields your questions and offers up the perfect prescription for smooching bliss. Questions like, is there a right way to kiss? What do you say after a kiss? His advice is, that was really great, I bet next time will be even better. Or look him in the eye and smiling and say, nice. Hell no. Who is this man, a grown adult man, giving teenage girls kissing advice? This seems innocent enough. It's an actual interview with Jason Biggs and Freddie Prinze Jr., two of the biggest actors from the teen movies of that decade. But then we see who conducted the interview. Oh dear. Oh dear me. It wasn't a typo. Did he work for CosmoGirl? I've got so many questions that we need the answers to. That outfit is the most 2000 outfit I could ever show you. It's the hair clips. I also had very similar ones that I wore probably in the year 2000. It's that handkerchief top. It's the pedal pushers. Let's look at some celebrity birthdays. I don't know why all these images make them look very orange. I mean, you've got Lily Sobieski there, absolute legend of that era. You've got, Mark Wahlberg at the top there. I don't remember ever paying him any attention during that era. But anyway, what's nice for me is looking at all their birthdays. Everyone here is older than me, so that makes me feel great. Another absolute banger of an advert with Britney Spears in it. This is a Got Milk advert. We didn't have these in the UK, but in America, that was a big campaign to get kids drinking milk. So there's an actual photo of her when she was little, and then a photo of her now, looking amazing. Absolutely love that advert. But I also want to show you this tiny little nugget here called Peace Offering. Has your family been arguing lately? Add garlic bread to your next family meal. When garlic bread was served to 50 families, the number of hostile comments decreased by almost 23%. Now that is backed up with no science whatsoever. I don't know what survey that was. I don't know why anyone would be measuring that in the first place. And how do you measure the number of hostile comments? It's absolute bullshit. Here is another snapshot of nostalgia. This is looking at some mobile phones of the time. There's some pages on the right hand side. The Motorola V700, only $149. And then the beautiful Nokia 5160. Now, I don't remember anyone having the Nokia 5100 series. It was either the 3210 or the 3310. That's what you had. But what was brilliant about Nokia was it was one of the first phones where you could change like the face plates. That is not one I've ever heard of before. It's the Kyocera QSUP. The Kyocera QSUP 2035. I mean, horrendous name. It's no wonder that never caught on. But you can check your email or log onto your favourite sites without a computer. This phone lets you access your email and the net. I mean, I don't remember that being a thing for years. So that's really ahead of its time. But I don't remember anyone buying that. And this is what we really came for. It's Ask Atusa, the CosmoGirl's editor, answers your most agonising questions, because her only qualification is that she's an adult. And Erica, 17, from New York State has asked, my boyfriend has really long nose hairs and it grosses me out, especially when we're kissing. How do I get him to cut them without making him feel bad? Now, let's unpack that. He has really long nose hairs that freak her out when they're kissing. How long would they have to be for the nose hairs to be tickling her face when they're kissing? I need to see a photo of it. Without the photo, it's definitely a bit of a problem. But these are the sort of stories that young teens like me would have read and freak out by. Like, I don't want a boyfriend with really long nose hair. But is that all men? Do all men have this problem? So the way the editor's gone about replying to this is in the most backhanded compliment way. So how should you bring this up? Well, whenever I have to say something uncomfortable to someone who I've never want to hurt, I bring it up with lots of love and a little humour. For example, you could tell him that your favourite feature on his face is his nose. But then she goes on to say, after you've mentioned it, if he gets bummed out, remind him that nose hair clippers exist for a reason, because it's a common problem. And then go together to buy the clippers. That makes me think you've gone down to B&Q to pick up some hedge clippers. Like how big are they? How long are these hairs? I am so glad I got to share these nose hair concerns with you. Now it's not just my burden to carry. This is how we found out about our bodies and relationships and fashion before the internet could tell us everything. And I miss it. I miss those days. Join me back for part 2. Yes, we're only halfway through this. And we'll see what else this magazine has to offer us. Stay kind and I'll see you soon.